Now, of course, it is time to talk about the characters. We have 22 characters to go through, so let's just do this by the order of which they were eliminated. So, which means we'll of course be starting off with Growlithe. From what I can recall, Growlithe was from Peru, if I remember correctly. I certainly hope I'm remembering that correctly. Growlithe is a party animal and a motivational speaker. Honestly, I did find it very interesting. I did find him quite interesting. I believe his talent of motivational speaking could have helped him further down the road if he didn't screw up the very first challenge. I could have seen Growlithe going farther, honestly. I wouldn't have minded. Did. Me and Xiao. Me and Xiao is better in take two. I'm sorry. Me and Xiao is better there. But honestly, I didn't mind her here. She was just a little too trustworthy and she was tried too hard too early. I'm not gonna have a lot of opinion on a lot of these early boots, so again, sorry about that. Mantine. Mantine was very interesting to me. She didn't get a lot of screen time, so there wasn't a lot to base her on. I did like the fact that her and Kingler had previous relations with each other. And I like how they were both taking steroids, but Mantine actually had guilt about doing it, felt about it, and ultimately got medevaced because of them. Well, medevac and or disqualified, whichever one you really want to go with, but does it really matter? And Kingler. He's an ass. That's all I'm gonna say. Kingler was an ass. Just not a good character. Muna. Oh, I loved Muna. I could have seen her going farther than that. It's just too bad that idol turned out to be fake. But honestly, Muna could have gone farther, honestly. I liked Muna as a character. I found her very interesting. Then we have Ivysaur. I feel like her time was cut a bit short. I understand why she left where she did. However, would it have made a difference to eliminate Purugly there? I mean, considering the fact you medevaced her the very next episode, I feel like Purugly could have gone there and it really wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have mattered. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter. So then, Ivysaur's time got cut a bit short. Ivysaur's time got cut a little bit short, but I did like her motivation of wanting to continue of competing to really make a statement about the environment, and I really felt that was a good thing. Purugly being medevaced, it's something that just irritates me. I understand that that led up into her becoming Serena in the next season. Now, I'm not sure if that was planned or not. Like, I'm very confused. Like, I'm not sure if that was initially planned or if that's just something that came up. But it really doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't matter the situation. Cacturn. Oh, Tyranitar, you are a sneaky bastard. No, sorry. Cacturn, he was the leader of that little weird little alliance of him, Ursaring, and Pangoro. He was like the leader of the three. He was alright. I mean, I really didn't have much of an opinion on him because I like how he. No, honestly, there isn't really much to like about him. Him being an adventurer is interesting, but there really wasn't much about him that I really cared about. Flareon, I loved her relationship with Houndoom. I really wish she could have stayed longer over Houndoom, but can't have your can't have your cake and eat it too. Then we have Meowstick, the snake of Team Galaxy. He backstabbed Magcargo. He backstabbed Flareon, and in return, it got him first. It got him first jury placement. Like they literally wouldn't like. It was a smart move because you can't trust the snake. He's a snake in the grass. You can't trust him. And so it was very smart of them to out him. Houndoom, I love how he sacrificed himself for Vaporeon. It really shows what kind of guy Houndoom is. He was a good friend. He was just such a nice guy, such a great person. Houndoom, my heart goes out to you. You're amazing. Like you're just truly, truly amazing. Empoleon. I found her thing with Meowstic to be very interesting. How they kind of went from being well, from basically I'm not gonna say hate, but definitely they went from allies to I wouldn't say I want to say rivals, but not really. From being but I don't really want to think of enemy. But I'm just gonna say enemy. Enemies to being friends to being lovers. They The problem was that once Meowstic left, there wasn't much left for Empoleon to do. Sure, she had a few interactions with Whimsicott, but that's about it. Once Meowstic left, there wasn't much for Empoleon left to do. Now, I thought that maybe he could have tried to find something else for her to do, but instead he just decided to out axe her instead. And I was like, as a creator, that's perfectly fine. Ursaring. Okay. Ursaring is your stereotypical I'm the big tough guy. The difference is that Ursaring had a brain, so that's different. Usually when you see the jocks, they're kind of stupid. Ursaring wasn't that. Not to mention he was very sympathetic with Typhlosion, and I definitely find their entire relationship was interesting and it built up a little bit over time. Ursaring's one of the more better developed characters. And honestly, I liked Ursaring. He was pretty good. I did like Ursaring. He was a good character. My hats off. Ursaring was pretty good. Tyranitar. I loved his interactions with Gogo. They are my favorite couple on Team Solar. They were my second favorite couple of the season. For those who know me, they already know who my favorite couple is, and I'm going to be talking about them in a little bit. But I Tyranitar was interesting how he was dead man walking since pretty much episode 5, 6, whatever. He was dead man walking from episode 5 or 6 and was able to survive all the way to episode 12. Kudos to you, man. You did a good job. You did a good job, and not to mention you're able to take Gogo with you. You took Gogo with you as well. So good job. Diggersby. I honestly lost interest with Diggersby. She just wasn't doing much. Sure, she was part of that majority and she had a few interactions with Pangoro, but she wasn't really doing much. No, this is just me, but to me, Diggersby is the most forgettable contestant of this group. No shade or anything, because I do find her a bit like Diggersby's forgettable, but I understand what you were trying to do with her, and like it was all right. Like she had a few interesting things with me and Xiao in the earlier episodes, and in Take Two, she was pretty good. But here, I really remember the fact that she was me and Xiao's intended target in the second episode. Other than that, there's really not much I can really think about for Diggersby. I just kind of can't think of much for her. Now we get to talk about Vaporeon. Oh, this one hurt. Really? Oh, this one was gut wrenching. I was devastated. Vaporeon was my winner's pick since episode 3, if I'm being honest. Maybe earlier. Vaporeon was my winner's pick. And every episode, I was devastated when this episode came out. I was heartbroken because I love Vaporeon. Like, favorite contestant right there. And her elimination, It stung. It really stung, and it's just so sad about the fact. And it was only because of a damn freaking tie. It was only because Whimsicott and Substrika got deadlocked, and then of course Pangor. And then the only two options were Pangoro and Vaporeon, and then they tied, and then Typhlosion swapped her vote to Vaporeon. Honestly, that sucks. And it honestly sucks because I really liked her. Oh, this one still hurts. This one's always gonna hurt. Okay. Now we get to talk about Whimsicott. She's a bitch. I hate her. She can go and die in a bushfire. Especially Take Two's version. They can both die in a bushfire. However, I liked her in Retro versus Modern, but that's not really the point. But like that's who Whimsicott is. We're supposed to hate her. She's supposed to be a bitch. The audience is supposed to hate her. And honestly, you did a good job on that. You did a good job. You created Whimsicott, a character who is supposed to be hated. But one thing I do have a gripe about, she was given way too many chances by Typhlosion. Typhlosion should have cut her losses and cut Whimsicott out. But honestly, she wanted to try and trust Whimsicott, and honestly, that was a mistake. Substrika. He was robbed. I'm gonna say that. They should have just done a regular vote, and either and he would have gone home. Maybe Typhlosion would have gone home. Maybe Pangoro would have gone home. Like we can't be certain who I can't be certain who would have gone home at that. And Go simply just got into win immunity, and Pangoro, Typhlosion, and Zebstrika had been up for elimination. I'm not sure how that could have played out, but honestly, that one just sucked because it just sucked. Go-Goat. Go-Go was my winner's pick after Vaporeon left because I didn't like Whimsicott. I didn't like Typhlosion. I didn't like Pangoro. Go-Go and Substrika were really the only two people I really cared about that was left after Vaporeon. And then, honestly, that just sucked. Go-Go, you deserved better. Typhlosion, I hate her. I hate her. I did not like Typhlosion. I understand she wanted to win the game, make a big message about her country, but she was a bitch about doing it. And I do not like that. So, yeah, no. Typhlosion, you suck. I don't like you. Of course, this is my personal gripes. I'm not trying to hate or I'm not trying to hate on the product. I'm not trying to hate on the product. I'm hating on the character. Because I did not like this character. And Pangoro, the weakest winner in this show's history. And it's not. And honestly, I understand he was a threat from the get go. He's intelligent, but like, you could have done more with him. Pangoro is someone who could have had more done to really make him deserve that win. The only reason the jury really voted for him is because they didn't want to. Like, it's his intelligence. His intelligence took him to the end, and that's all he was. He was just intelligent. Overall, it was for me. Galaxy Games has some growing pains. It will always have those growing pains. But honestly, for the time it was made in a very dry year of TPI making, this was a breath of fresh air. It's not perfect, and it never will be. Especially when compared to Take Two. However, this was a very solid product. Well, not I'm not gonna say solid. It was a it was something new. It was something fresh. It's just fan reception is what ultimately caused it. And Wake, you yourself caused this by trying to make people happy. You should never try to make other people happy. Make yourself happy with the product that you're sending out. This has been Cast Form Lovers TPI Forecast Reviews, Episode 2 on Total Pokemon Galaxy Games. And I hope to see you for the next one. Alright, signing out.